magandang umaga po sa lahat, sa mga sumusubaybay po na ating morning devotions. Isang magandang umaga po. Bago po tayo magsimula, tayo po muna ay manalangin. Panginoon, marami pong salamat sa umagang ito, sa muli na binangon mo kami na may kalakasan. At dalangin namin, O Diyos, na samahan mo kami sa pag-aaral ng iyong salita. Magbigay po ito ng kalakasan sa bawat isa at inspirasyon po, Panginoon, sa bawat araw na hinaharap po namin. Ito po aming sama-samang dalangin sa matamis na pangalan ni Jesus. Amen. In these situations na meron po tayo, we've been into more than 3 months of the pandemic situations from ECQ, modified ECQ, and now we are in GCQ. So we see a lot of hardship and difficulties, but above all else, or beyond that hardship or difficulties, we also see or watch a lot of stories in the social media of heroes. How do these people take opportunity to help and be a channel of blessings? Indeed, we see some people do great things for other people. As Oprah Winfrey says, unless you choose to do great things with it, it makes no difference how much you are rewarded or how much power you have. As we do great things, there is always a character that displays, and that character is integrity. What is integrity? Integrity means following your moral or ethical convictions and doing the right thing in all circumstances, even if no one is watching you. Having integrity means you are true to yourself and would do nothing that demeans or dishonor you. As we study in Nehemiah chapter 5, so our contest is from verse 19 from the New International Version. Says, "Remember me with favor, my God, for all I have done for these people." In today's morning devotions, as we continue the study of Nehemiah, let us see the character of Nehemiah displayed in the situations somewhat what we are having with. In spite of what is happening in Nehemiah's time, he shows integrity in the positions entrusted to him. So our title devotion for this morning is Dare to Do Great Things. I will give you the 5 examples of Nehemiah's integrity as a leader. The first one is dare to see and step into the situations of the people. This chapter relates how Nehemiah dealt with the economic crisis that threatened the unity of the people. Remember that Nehemiah's task is to build the wall. But how can he build the wall if the people that is working with him suffers a lot of economic crisis or famine? And it will entail disunity of these people. And Nehemiah see these situations and take into actions or step into actions to see what is happening to these people. We see 3 different kinds of people in this chapter. The first one group consists of those unable to purchase food. This is in verse 2. It says na, our sons and daughters are numerous, and to stay alive we need some grain. The second group of the people are those suffering due to famine and could only buy food by mortgaging their property. We could see this in verse 3. And the third group needed to mortgage their property or sell their children into slavery to pay the Persian taxes or to have to survive in these situations. Nehemiah being a leader, he does not only concerns building the wall, but we could see how he is concerned with these people. He see the situations or the conditions of these people, and he take into action at it. So the second character of Nehemiah that we could see is he is there to take actions in tactful manner. He is not an impulsive leader. In verse 6 to 7, we see, when I heard their outcry and these charges, I was very angry. I pondered them in my mind and then accused the nobles and officials. I told them, you are charging your own people interest. So I called together a large meeting to deal with them. So these situations, and Nehemiah, in his emotions, he was very angry. Angry is an emotion that if you cannot control, it will burst out into fire that could hurt emotional or physical to a person. Na minsan sa sobrang galit natin o sa sobrang emotion natin, nakapagsalita tayo ng hindi maganda or hindi po tayo nakakapag-isip ng hindi po maganda o hindi maayos na pag-iisip when we are so much angry or take any emotions into us that cause us to fire up or to say something that is not encouraging to the people. So, but Nehemiah, in spite of his very angry of the situation and the outcry that he heard from these people, he pondered or he overthinks, he thinks the situations, he thinks in his mind, he pondered them. When you say pondered, pinag-isipan niya, inisa-isa niya. He thinks the situations before he accused the nobles and officials. So, inisip niya lahat ng mga sinabi ng tao, and even he gathered some truth or evidences of the situations bago siya mag-act at ipatawag ang bawat nobles and officials. And he really talked to these officials. So when we are angry, so as I said, so we burst into much emotions that could hurt other people. As in James chapter 1 verse 19 says, know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. So as Nehemiah shows the character, he quick to hear, he quick to listen in the situations, he quick to hear the outcry of these people. But he's slow to anger, even if he was very angry of the situations. In Proverbs 14 verse 29 says, people with understanding control their anger, a hot temper show great foolishness. So we see how Nehemiah controlled his anger. He pondered, he think it over before he talked to the nobles and officials. Sabi po nga ng iba or ng mga kasabihan, huwag nating hayaan na ating galit ay manatili sa ating mga puso, kundi ito po ay ating i-take into actions or atin po itong harapin ang ating pong mga angers. So we see how Nehemiah faces these nobles and officials na pinag-isipan niya ang bawat sasabihin niya sa mga tao na ito. So, that's the second character of Nehemiah. At pangatlo pong character na nakita natin kay Nehemiah, dare to be honorable person. So, Nehemiah is an honorable person. In Nehemiah chapter 5 verses 12 to 13, we will give it back, they said, and we will not demand anything more from them. We will do as you said. So, Nehemiah talked this to noble officials, to these nobles and officials, and these nobles and officials was convinced that they will not demand anything more from these people. We will do as you said. So nakita natin how these nobles and officials been convinced of what Nehemiah says to these people, what Nehemiah is correcting the behavior of these nobles and officials. Being honorable person, as Nehemiah showing, he is a person with high positions, worthy of respect, or with high morals. So tingnan po natin how Nehemiah be an honorable person in his position. First, Nehemiah being a governor for 12 years, he did not gain anything for himself, nor take advantage to gain because of his position. He is not a corrupt official. He's been a governor for 12 years. If he will be a corrupt officials, baka sobrang yaman na po ni Nehemiah. But for the 12 years, he kept his morals, he kept his positions, that he never take advantage of it. Second character of his being an honorable person, Nehemiah nor his brother ate the food allotted to the governor. So hindi po nila ginalaw ang mga pagkain na para sa kanila, because these people, this food that is allotted ay binigay po nila to sa mga tao. Pangatlo, Nehemiah did not impose another burden for the people. But the earlier governor, sabi nga po, those preceding me, yung mga nauna sa kanya, na governor ay nagbigay po ng taxes that lay heavy burden on the people and took 40 shekels of silver from them in addition to food and wine. So before Nehemiah's reign, so yung mga governor before, so nagtitake ng additional 40 shekels na tunay na it really burdensome to the people. Pang-apat na being honorable person ni Nehemiah, Nehemiah did not use his positions to acquire any land. Sabi sa verse 16, instead, I devoted myself to the work of this wall. All my men were assembled there for the work. We did not acquire any land. So Nehemiah is really not a corrupt person or official. And last is, Nehemiah devoted himself to the work on this wall. So yung stewardship niya, yung integrity niya, being an honorable person, these are the character that makes the nobles and officials convinced to take actions or to not to be a burdensome to the people who is Christ. So, na-address po ni Nehemiah yung mga sitwasyon na yon na kinaharap ng mga tao na tunay na is really an economic crisis, a famine, and distractions for them, para po maging isa sa mga hadlang in building the wall. But Nehemiah addressed these situations, these conditions. Number 4 character that Nehemiah displays, his dear to sacrificial giving. Each day 1 ox, 6 choice sheep, and some poultry were prepared for me, and every 10 days an abundant supply of wine of all kinds. In spite of all this, I never demanded the food allotted to the governor, because the demands were heavy on these people. So, one of the characters mentioned is being honorable, na Nehemiah and his brothers never ate, because this food allotted to the governor is demanding or very heavy on these people, na it could entail to a lot of taxes or a lot of sacrificials for these people. Nehemiah cared more about these people. He gave up his privilege as a governor and show how he cared for the people. So hindi na po niya hinayaan na siya po magkaroon ng privilege, but Nehemiah gave up his privilege as a governor. Instead, he cared for the people and gave it to the people. Nehemiah knows something better than money and food, but love for people and faith in God. So, nandun po yung puso ni Nehemiah na he gave up his privilege. It's not all the money, it's not all the food, but his love for the people and faith in God. Kaya it really a driving force to him to help these people, na nandun po yung sacrificial giving niya. Nehemiah wanted God's name exalted and God's weak, vulnerable people be protected. So, sa sitwasyon po niya, mas higit po niya na nais ni Nehemiah na ang Panginoon ang ma-exalt in doing these things para sa mga tao. Yung and maproteksyonan po yung mga taong itinalaga sa kanya ng Panginoon. Nehemiah is generous and he did not withhold to help. So, as we see Nehemiah's sacrificial giving, as a position is as a governor, he gave up all the privilege na meron siya because he see na mas malaki yung pag-aaruga niya or pag-iisip niya sa mga tao. He really cares for the people. He loved the people that God gave to him. And his faith sa Panginoon natin na tumulong na sa pagtulong niya to, hindi po siya ang napapapurihan, kundi ang Diyos po ang napapapurihan. So, ang panglimang character, the last character that we see in Nehemiah, dare to be a man of prayer. Nehemiah, sabi nga sa verse 19, in our context, remember me with favor, my God, for all I have done for these people. We see Nehemiah's character is a selflessness, his outpouring heart to God. He wants to serve God and God's people because he believes that living by faith in what he cannot see will be more than rewarding than living what he can see in this life. So, mas nandun po yung pagtingin ni Nehemiah on heavenly things, not on earthly things, not for a self-gain, but for a selfless act of giving and being a man of prayer. Nagawa po niya na makita ang mga bagay at matapapagtagumpayan na mabigyan po niya ng tulong ng mga taong binigkalab sa kanya. Nehemiah mentioned it to God in prayer. As the commentary says, na does Nehemiah speak of himself na yung mga naitulong niya is siya ang mapasalamatan o siya ang ma-exalt? But no, Nehemiah mentioned it to God in his prayer, not as if he had merited any favor from God, but to show that he is dependent upon God only, to make up to him what he had lost and laid out for his honor. So in these 5 characters of Nehemiah's leadership, wherein he been part of the people in helping the people, he make a tactful decisions. He do the being an honorable person. He convinces people. He dare to sacrifice giving na kahit mag-give up niya yung privilege niya as a governor. And being a governor for 12 years, he displayed the character of integrity, of honorable person, na wherein sa lahat ng nasasakupan niya, nakita niya po ang paglilingkod niya ay para sa mga tao. And he is a man of prayer, na hindi niya po magagawa ang lahat ng bagay na to kung hindi manggagaling ang lakas niya sa Panginoon para mapagtagumpayan at makita ang kalagayan ng mga tao na pinagkalap sa kanya. In these hard times, God enables us to see the different situations na meron po tayo. We are limited to help, na minsan limited tayo. Unlike Nehemiah, he is in a positions to help, pero tayo rin po, we are in positions to help. God can use us to be a channel of blessings, an encouragement, a prayer, or sacrificial giving from our pocket or even from our table. We cannot do sacrificial giving if we don't have a heart of like Jesus. Sabi nga po natin, kung wala po ang puso natin na katulad ng kay Jesus, mahirapan po tayong tumulong. Being a Christians, Jesus encouraged us to be a blessing, to be a channel of blessing, especially in this time of situations. Now, we stand in the gap, we stand as our arm of God to help and to be a blessing to people. Hindi naman kailangan grande ang pagtulong natin sa mga tao, especially in this time situations, na isipin lang natin ating mga sarili. But Nehemiah's selfless act, he can do it because he is a man of God. He has a faith. Kumbaga, nandun po yung reverence niya sa Panginoon. As we do great things, we are a mirror of God. Sabi nga natin, integrity. Integrity means na we are doing right things as a Christians. We are true to yourself. We are true to ourselves na kahit wala po nakakakita, gagawin po natin yung tama. As we do great things, we are a mirror of God. In whatever or whenever God leads us to do great things, let us act out of reverence for God. Let us do as a Christians na ang Panginoon po ang mapupurihan natin sa bawat gagawin po natin sa bawat araw. So, ipanalangin po natin ang bawat araw na haharapin po natin na as we been used by God to be a channel of blessings, we could do it in exalting the Lord. So sabi po sa Ephesians chapter 2 verse 10, for we are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. So we are God's workmanship. We are created in Christ Jesus for good works, to do good works. So in Matthew chapter 5 verse 16, sabi, in the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. So like as Nehemiah, he is not exalting himself, but as we do good works, ang Panginoon po ang ating mapapurihan. So, wag po tayong manghinawa na tumulong, magbigay ng encouragement, especially in these times in this season na nasa pandemic situations po tayo. Wag po nating panghinayangan na tumulong po tayo. Let us make every opportunity to help other people. Be an encouragement, be a prayer warrior, or even helping with our pocket. So, pagpatuloy po tayong tumulong sa bawat isa, especially sa mga kapatiran po natin. So, kung sa mga oras na ito, meron po kayo naisip na mga kapatiran na nangailangan ng panalangin, so, yun po, siguro tapikin po natin sila or isama po natin sila sa ating mga panalangin. Kung meron man po tayong naisip na mga kapatiran natin na nangangailangan ng encouragement, let us take into step to encourage them in these situations. So let us God na dalhin po tayo ng Panginoon sa mga tao na ito na nangangailangan po ng ating panalangin, ng ating encouragement, or ng ating po mga tulong. So let us not withhold in helping other people and be a channel of blessings. Let us dare to do great things higit sa mga kapatiran po natin. Marami pong salamat. Manalangin po tayo. Panginoon, marami pong salamat sa mga salita na namin pong napag-aralan. Marami pong salamat na sa character po ni Nehemiah na napapakita po niya an inspirations to do great things. And doing great things is having a great faith and reverence to you, O Lord, na makakaya po naming harapin ang bawat sitwasyon sa buhay na meron po kami sa panahon na to, na nandun po yung hirap, O God, na nandun po yung pag-aalinlangan, Panginoon, nandun po yung takot, O God. But with you, O Lord, alam namin, O Diyos, na may pag-asa na matatapos din po, Panginoon, ang sitwasyon na kinakaharap namin, O God, that you are far more greater than, Panginoon, in our situations, O God. Marami pong salamat, Panginoon, at dalangin ko po, Lord, yung mga kapatiran namin na nangangailangan ng panalangin, ng encouragement, or ng tulong, O God. Dalangin namin, O Diyos, na sa inyo pong kaparaanan, Panginoon, ay maiabot niyo po sa kanila ang inyo pong pagpapala, O God. Marami pong salamat sa umagang ito, O God. Patuloy niyo po kaming samahan sa buong maghapon, O God, ng umagang ito, O God. Ito pong aming sama-samang dalangin sa matamis na pangalan ni Jesus. Amen. Isa pong magandang umaga po sa lahat.
Through my fear, I could come to you. You've given all of this. You've given your love to us. Now it's time to turn it back to the one who have given us. Through my feet, I could come to you. Through my voice, I could speak with you. Through my eyes, I can see your wonders. Through my hands, I can lift you up. Through my ears, now I hear you calling. Through my heart, I can worship you, oh God. You've given all of this. You've given your love to us. Now it's time to turn